Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. Today is Crochet Podcast number 87. I tried to wait to start this for the train to go by, but they have been consecutive, one right after another. This is the third one, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with the train going in the background. So I have been MIA this month on YouTube because I've just not had enough time to film, but I have been crocheting, so I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I'm crocheting. This is going to be a super quick one, hopefully with not a whole lot of edits, because I am going to training next week and I still need to get everything ready for that. So we are just going to jump in with my first finished object for this month, and that is a blanket, and it is inspired, well, I'm going to do like a make-along that Rosanna from Crochet with Nana Rosanna is doing. She done it last year, and I decided last year that I was definitely going to participate if she done it again this year, and she did. So it is a book cover inspiration make-along, and you don't have to make a blanket. You can make anything that is inspired by the colors of books that she picks every month, and I have decided that I'm going to read her selection that she picks per month, and I'm going to try to make a blanket. Not every time will I be able to, but my goal is to try to make some blankets for donation this year, and I did get one finished. It is a lap gown, and I can't hold it all the way up because I am in the dining room again, but let's get the right way. It is just a hexagon blanket. I will pop in a picture of the blanket here and show you. It is all just like scrap yarns or half skeins that I had. One was, well, two of them were a full skein, and I did completely use one skein, and unfortunately I did have to go and buy another skein of that color because I needed like about 12 inches to finish off my connecting the hexies together. So this color right here is from Hobby Lobby. I can't remember the name. I think it's turquoise. It was a brand new skein. This yellow that is used to bind everything together is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn in yellow, and I did have to purchase this one again. This was a scrap of, I'm going to say it is Red Heart Pumpkin. This one is a scrap of Red Heart's Cherry Red. This is a scrap of Random Black. I do not know. I believe this one here is Hobby Lobby Sun Gold. And then I have another yellow down here that is a scrap that I do not know. But this was the inspiration for this. This is the book cover. It is Left Behind by Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins, and I will talk about this book later at the end when I talk about the books I've read this month for the people who are only here for the crochet. So here is a finished object number 1, and I will be donating this blanket. Finished object number 2 is this book sleeve right here. This is a paid for pattern. I bought it off of Etsy at LTK Cuties. The lady's name is Ashley Bronstein. I used the Hobby Lobby's turquoise. I still have some left. This is the same turquoise that I used in the blanket. I still have a little bit of this left. The button is just a cupcake button. This I made for my niece for her birthday. She's an avid book reader, and I did buy her a book to go inside of it. A Wilderness of Stars by Shay Earnshaw. Never heard of it, but it looks like something she may like. So hopefully she's not read it, and hopefully she wants to read it. I used a 5 0.5mm hook for this. I really like the way that this worked up. It was real easy. I think that for as simple as the pattern is, that I think it's overpriced. And I did get it on sale, and I think that the sale price was overpriced. So I think next time I am going to try to find a free pattern. But now, like, if you were going to make a ton of these to, like, sell at a book fair, or not a book fair, a craft fair, then the price would be perfect, because, you know, you would be making your money back. But just to make one, I feel like I could have made a free one and been better off. So that is another finished object. My next finished object I got out of this book, Quick and Easy Crochet. You may have heard of this book before, because Julie at KS Mom Crochets, she makes these tutor fence from the book. But what I made was a rose. Now, the pattern in the book is just for the rose. It's not including the leaves, and I just kind of made that up myself. But this is also for my niece. She likes roses, and I thought, wouldn't it be cute just to make her a little rose? And I found this cute little bud vase at the thrift store, so I made her a rose to go inside of it. And I used scrap yarns for that. So it was a scrap of this green, and I swear I think this green is from Michael's, and it was like one of the crafter's secrets. It's got wire in it, and then that is cherry red from Red Heart. And like I said, I made the leaves up, and I used a 4mm hook. This was super easy to do, guys. I got like a couple more of them in there done up. I just haven't made them, like put their stem and stuff on. Okay, I do have some works in progress that I'm working on. I am working on another of the Honeycomb beehive wall hangings. I have this wall hanging completely put together. I do have all of the hexies for the other wall hanging. It is upstairs. I forgot to bring them down, but it's exactly the same. I think some of the colors are a little bit different, but it is the same. And I have some bees made. Now this pattern was inspired by stuff Steph makes. And she used to have a website, and I don't know, I couldn't find it anywhere else. But I downloaded the pattern a long time ago, and I did find my pattern in my Dropbox after I made the first one. So, but I still had all of the stuff wrote down from where I made the pattern last year. So I just used that, but I am inspired by stuff Steph makes. But I've got 2 little bees made, and I'm using durable coral yarns for these in yellow, black, and white. I am going to take these with me when I go on my training trip and try to make a few more bees. But the colors of this are the exact same as the ones I made last time. This is Big Twist Khaki. This one right here is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek in the color Brownie. This one is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek in Tobacco. Let's see. This one is Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn in Sun Gold. And then this going around it is Premier's Just Yarn Tweed, the brown tweed. And I'd gotten that one from Dollar Tree, like a long time ago. I think that's the only thing different. Last time I used sun gold, I think, to go around it, and this time I used the just tweed. So, and I used a 5mm hook for the hexies and a 2.75mm hook for the little bumblebees, honeybees. That would be honeybees, right? Oh no, I have one more finished object. I have this little dude right here. This is a frog. He was he is part of the Leapfrog Make Along 2024. And he is a crochet donut buddy frog. I got him finished. So yeah, I think he's using just all scrap yarns. I can't really remember. And that is all crochet wise. Upcoming, I have the yarn picked out for the new inspiration, the February book cover inspiration, and the book for that is Interview with the Vampire. So it's like yellow, like gold, red, and black and white. So I have some yarn picked out for that. Gonna work on that. Me and Danette are starting an adventure, so we're gonna have to backtrack some. So I've got some catch up to do, and we are gonna make a temperature blanket for 2024. So we have already gathered up all of our temperatures that we need, that we've missed. We have made a plan. We're just doing it in 10-degree increments, so I know that we'll have like big blocks of color, and that's okay with us. But I have my colors all picked out here. I can't remember what all these colors are, but I will tell you guys. I know this one is Jelly Bean from Hobby Lobby, and this one is Cherry Red from Red Heart. So yeah, oh, this one's Graybeard from Hobby Lobby too. I think this one might be Big Twist, but I'll tell you guys that later when I start on it. So that's upcoming plans. Yeah, I'm just, you know, flowing away, flowing along. I need to get my book out. I need to get my blanket out for the fair and get back working on to that. But that is it with upcoming. So let's get into what books I've read in the month of January, because I read quite a few. Let's see. The first, well, it's not the first one, but you already seen that I did read Left Behind by Tim LaHaye. I don't know, LaHaye, and Jerry B. Jenkins. And it was good. It is based off of like Revelations, the book of Revelations in the Bible. You don't have to be like super religious to enjoy this book. It is very scary on a whole nother level of like what like a horror book would be. It is very good. It's a series of like 12 books. I would like to read another one, like continue on. My nose is itching so bad, and I'm trying not to scratch it. I'm sorry. It was really good. I really liked it. And starts off with like just people just disappearing. They just disappeared. Like, and all that's left behind is like their clothes and like glasses and that kind of stuff. And then, you know, you've got a core group of people who know what's going on. And then you got a group of people who want to close their eyes to what's going on. And you follow all of those. And it was very good. I do recommend it if no one has ever read it. And like I said, I am going to continue on in the books. The next two books that I read are part of the Wayward Children series. The first one was called Every Heart Has a Doorway. I talked to you guys about this one already. I absolutely loved it. I am in love with this series. I have read books 3 and 4 this month. Book number 3 was Beneath a Sugar Sky, and book number 4 was In an Absent Dream. I loved both of them. I'm not going to tell you anything about them because it will give spoilers to the other ones, but I really do recommend this series. It is fun, and the books are short, so they're not very long, so you can like devour like one a day. The next book I read is called The Golden Spoon by Jessa Maxwell, and it is like, it's like a Great British Bake Off and a mystery had a baby. So you've got these contestants who are going to this home of this woman who, I can't remember the name of the baking show, but it is like, it's based off of the Great British Baking Show. She opens her house up and they set up a tent on the lawn and the bakers bake in a competition, and they have a competition every single day for an entire week, and then at the end you win a golden spoon and you are crowned home baker of, you know, the United States. It is based in like Connecticut or Vermont or something like that. So it is not so much like there is a mystery. There's like several little mini mysteries, but it's more of like getting to know these characters and just finding interesting things out about them. Sorry, I keep shaking the table and you guys are sitting on the table. It's very interesting and I liked it very much. It's not, I know for everyone, it's very much like a slow burn, and it's more about the characters than it is about the mystery. So if you like to read like character driven books to where you get to know the people and get to find out things, then you would really like this one. The next 2 books go together. So I read The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and then its sequel, The Iron Flame. Now, let me tell you, I love this book. I loved The Fourth Wing. It did take me a little bit to get into it. I'm going to say about halfway through the book. It took me about half of the book to really get into it, because anytime that you are in like a fantasy book, it's like they have to set the fantasy world up. And I very much don't like that. That's why I don't read a whole lot of fantasy, is because I don't like the world building, I guess would be the word for it. I don't like learning what you call this and learning what you call that and stuff like that. But there are dragons in these books, and I love dragons. So my sister read it and she said, you absolutely have to read it. So I did. And about halfway through, when the dragons make their appearance, I am hooked. So you've got this world where they're in a constant war. Like their borders are constantly attacked, and they are constantly fighting it. And you have what you call riders, and they are the people who ride the dragons, and they are like your pilots, your jet pilots, I guess. They fly around and fight. And then you have your ground infantry who fight like on the ground at the borders, and there are different people. There are scribes who record everything, and there are healers who are like the medics, I guess. But one of the things that happens with the dragons is you get like a magical power. So you connect with your dragon, you bond with them, and this dragon, you can feed off of the dragon's power, and everybody's got a different power. So you follow a girl named Violet. Her mother is the like general or like the leader of the college where these kids go to learn to be a scribe, a healer, or a rider, or an infantry person. And Violet has spent her whole life planning to be a scribe. She has been sickly her whole life. Her mother was very sick with her when she was pregnant, and that sick pregnancy made her sick, so she's very fragile. And at the last minute, like when she turns 20 and she's getting ready to go into the scribe school, Mom's like, nope, you're gonna go be a writer. So Violet's like, well, I'm gonna die today. So you're following Violet and her becoming a writer, basically. And it is very, very good. I would suggest this book to anyone who likes fantasy, who likes dragons, who likes just epic battles and all of that stuff. There is some sexy time in these books, and it is a very, very, very spicy. And I'm going to say, on a scale of banana pepper to Carolina Reaper, it is Carolina Reaper. It is a spicy. So know that going into it. But I recommend them. Yes. And the last book that I read is 8 Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson. It was very good. My sister really enjoyed it. We read it together. We had so much fun reading Iron Flame. Like, we read it together. Like, we read the same amount of chapters, and then we would stop and discuss. Same amount of chapters, stop and discuss. So we decided, we had so much fun reading a book together, that we are going to continue to do that. And we picked this 8 Perfect Murders. She liked it way more than I did, but I mean, I enjoyed it. So you've got this dude, I already cannot remember his name, and I just finished this book. But he owns like a bookstore. And when he first started working there, before he owned it, he wrote a blog post for this bookstore titled 8 Perfect Murders. So he has 8 books that the people within the books committed like the perfect murder. It was like perfect in the fact that they can't be caught, or it couldn't be traced back to them. And one day he gets a phone call, and he finds out that someone is using his blog post and is recreating the 8 Perfect Murders. So that is what that book's about. It is very interesting. It did talk about some books in it that me and Marguerite want to read now because of the things in the book 8 Perfect Murders. So it's put us on a path of some new reading. We are going to be starting another Peter Swanson book called Every Vow You Break. So we're going to be reading that one together. And I'm also currently reading the Interview with the Vampire. So that one's been interesting. I watched the movie a long time ago, but I've never read the book, and I barely remember the movie. But as I'm listening to the book, some of the movie scenes are coming back to me, and I'm like, oh. So I'm really enjoying that one as well. Okay, guys, that is the wrap up for my book reading in the month of January. I hope you guys don't mind me talking about the books I've been reading, because I know a lot of you guys are book readers too, and I always like a good book recommendation. So if you have any, let me know down below. Also, let me know what you guys have been working on, and send me some positive vibes this week, because I'm going to need them to survive a whole week of training. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I am going to leave you here, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.